In a village nestled at the edge of a dense forest, there was a peculiar legend about an ancient tree with its roots stretching skyward and its branches burrowing deep into the earth. Known as the upside-down tree, it was said to grant wisdom to anyone who sought its counsel. However, the path to the tree was treacherous and fraught with challenges. The villagers rarely dared to search for it, dismissing the legend as mere folklore. Only the curious and brave ventured into the forest, though none returned with proof of its existence. Young Makena, a spirited girl with an insatiable thirst for adventure, often listened to these tales and dreamed of finding the mystical tree herself. One day, the village was struck by a severe drought. Crops withered, streams dried up, and the people grew desperate. The village elder declared that the only hope was to seek guidance from the upside-down tree. Many scoffed at the idea, but Makena saw an opportunity to help her people and prove the legend true. Packing a small bag with essentials, Makena set off on the perilous journey. As she entered the dense forest, shadows danced around her, and the whispers of leaves filled the air. Though fear gnawed at her, determination burned brighter in her heart. The first challenge came in the form of a wide, raging river. Its currents were too strong to cross safely. Makena observed her surroundings and noticed vines hanging from trees nearby. Using the vines, she fashioned a makeshift bridge, testing its strength before carefully making her way across. As she reached the other side, Makena felt a surge of pride in her ingenuity. She realized that courage alone wasn't enough. She needed to think critically and adapt to survive. Further into the forest, Makena encountered a cunning fox trapped in a hunter's snare. Though it growled and snapped, she saw the pain in its eyes. Risking her safety, she freed the fox, speaking soothingly as it limped away. To her surprise, the fox returned moments later with a small pouch in its mouth. Inside, Makena found dried fruits and nuts, enough to sustain her for the day. Grateful, she realized that kindness, even in small acts, could bring unexpected rewards. As night fell, the forest grew eerily silent. Makena found a hollow tree to shelter in but struggled to sleep, haunted by doubts. What if the tree isn't real? What if I'm wasting my time? She whispered to herself. In her dreams, a glowing figure appeared, encouraging her to stay true to her mission. The tree reveals itself to the pew of heart, the figure said. Makena awoke with renewed determination, believing the dream to be a sign. The next morning, Makena stumbled upon a meadow filled with strange, luminous flowers. Their glow was mesmerizing, but as she stepped closer, she realized they emitted a sweet, drowsy scent that made her eyelids heavy. Covering her nose with a cloth, she hurried past the flowers, realizing they were a test of her focus and resolve. The forest, it seemed, was alive and testing her at every step. Deeper into the forest, Makena reached a maze of thorny bushes that formed an impassable wall. She remembered a story about how patience could untangle even the toughest knots. Instead of rushing, she carefully examined the bushes and found a narrow path concealed within. Crawling through with care, she emerged on the other side, unscathed but humbled by the lesson. In the heart of the forest, Makena met a mysterious old man sitting by a fire. He offered her water and a place to rest, but his piercing gaze seemed to see right through her. "Why do you seek the upside-down tree?" he asked. Makena replied honestly, "I want to save my village and bring hope to my people." The man nodded, satisfied. "Then your journey is not in vain," he said cryptically before vanishing into the shadows. Finally, Makena reached a clearing where the upside-down tree stood in all its glory. Its massive roots stretched toward the sky, entwined with the stars, while its branches plunged into the earth, disappearing from view. Awestruck, Makena approached cautiously. The air around the tree buzzed with an otherworldly energy. She felt a deep connection, as if the tree itself were alive and aware of her presence. As Makena stood before the tree, she heard a deep, resonant voice. "What wisdom do you seek, child?" it asked. Trembling, Makena explained the plight of her village and pleaded for guidance to save her people. The tree responded, "True wisdom lies within. I will show you the way, but the choice to follow it will be yours." With that, the ground beneath the tree began to glow, revealing a hidden spring bubbling with crystal-clear water. Makena filled her flask with the magical water and thanked the tree. As she turned to leave, the tree gave her one final piece of advice. "Remember, the greatest strength is found not in might, but in unity and compassion." With those words echoing in her heart, Makena began her journey back to the village, eager to share what she had learned. The return journey was no less challenging. Makena faced the same obstacles, but this time, she used the lessons she had learned, patience, kindness, and ingenuity, to overcome them with greater ease. When she reached the village, the people were amazed to see her alive. Her tale of the upside-down tree and the magical water filled them with hope and curiosity. Makena poured the water into the village's dry well, and to everyone's astonishment, it began to overflow with fresh, clean water. The drought was broken, and the crops began to thrive once more. The villagers celebrated Makena's bravery, but she humbly reminded them, it wasn't just courage. It was also the lessons I learned along the way. Over time, the villagers adopted the tree's wisdom into their daily lives. They worked together, supported one another, and treated the forest with respect. Makena's story became a legend in its own right, passed down through generations. The forest, once feared, became a place of reverence, and the upside-down tree a symbol of hope and unity. Years later, Makena, now an elder herself, watched as young children listened wide-eyed to the tale of the upside-down tree. She smiled, knowing the legend would continue to inspire courage and kindness in the hearts of her people. Her journey had not just saved the village, but had also planted seeds of wisdom that would grow for generations. Moral of the story: true wisdom is found not in seeking external answers, but in learning from our experiences, showing compassion to others, and working together to overcome challenges.